He sent clues to the police inside his victims. Each one had a small, hand-carved wooden puzzle piece placed in their mouth. But this wasn't random. Each piece fit into something bigger, something personal. When detectives finally assembled the full puzzle, it revealed a message that made seasoned officers step back in silence. It read, "You broke me. Now I'm whole." This is the story of the Puzzle Box Killer. Portland, Oregon, known for its creativity, peaceful communities, and vibrant art scene. But in the fall of 2018, fear began spreading like wildfire. The first victim was Melissa Crane, a 29-year-old illustrator, bright, social, and beloved in her downtown community. When she didn't show up for work one Monday morning, police found her body in her apartment calmly positioned on her couch, her lips sealed around something hard, a single maple puzzle piece. No sign of forced entry, no robbery, just that one haunting clue. Detective Erin Vasquez was among the first on scene. She'd seen violent crime before, but never something this precise. To her, this was a message. 2 weeks later, another body. Jonathan Meyer, 34, an art dealer. He was found in his studio, same scene, same pattern. Another wooden puzzle piece in his mouth. When crime lab technicians examined both, they realized the grooves aligned as if forming part of a larger jigsaw. Detective Vasquez said later, "That's when it hit us this wasn't a killer leaving trophies. He was leaving a trail." Forensics traced the wood to a rare type of Oregon maple, shaped with an antique saw tool used mostly by old-school toy makers and museum craftsmen. Detectives began checking woodworking clubs and artisans across Portland. That's when a familiar name surfaced. Leon Pike, a former employee of the Portland Museum of Childhood. He'd been fired 3 years earlier after disturbing complaints from co-workers, whispers of obsession, erratic behavior, and a fascination with unsolvable puzzles. Records also showed something else. Each of the victims had volunteered or worked with that same museum between 2015 and 2017. It wasn't coincidence. It was personal. Detectives obtained a search warrant for Pike's home. It was a craftsman's dream and a nightmare. Hundreds of puzzle pieces lay scattered in jars, each labeled with names and dates. On one wall hung a large wooden board, a nearly completed jigsaw puzzle, missing just one piece. Etched across the surface were the words, "You broke me first." When investigators dug into Pike's background, they uncovered a deeply fractured past. He'd grown up in foster care, neglected, isolated, abused. His foster mother, Margaret, was the only one who showed him love. Her favorite pastime? Wood carving. When she died suddenly in 2009, Leon's grief became obsession. He built puzzles endlessly, believing each one repaired a part of himself, until, slowly, his art became his vengeance. The third victim, Claire Fulton, was a social worker who once handled Leon's foster case. Her death confirmed what detectives feared: these weren't random killings. They were targeted chapters of Leon's past. Then came the final body, Sophie Linwood, a retired museum curator. In her mouth, one last puzzle piece, this one engraved with a single word: final. It was the missing centerpiece investigators had seen in Leon's workshop, and it completed the puzzle literally and symbolically. The police made their move. When officers arrived at Leon Pike's home, he was sitting calmly at his workbench, sanding wood. He looked up and said softly, "You're right on time. I was just finishing." During interrogation, Pike spoke without hesitation. "Each piece," he said, "was someone who broke a part of me. When I put them together, I felt whole again." He claimed the killings were a work of restoration, that every puzzle completed his story. But what haunted investigators most was that he believed it. He wasn't insane, just cold, deliberate, and broken in all the right places. Leon Pike was charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder. In court, the prosecution presented the finished puzzle. The words carved across it echoed through the courtroom. "You broke me. Now I'm whole." The jury found him guilty on all counts. Life imprisonment, no parole. Detective Vasquez later told reporters, "It wasn't about revenge. It was about control, the only thing he never had as a child." The Puzzle Box Killer remains one of Portland's most disturbing cases, a chilling reminder of how trauma, left unchecked, can twist creation into destruction. In the end, Leon Pike built what he thought would make him whole. But all it did was show the world how broken he truly was. Some puzzles aren't meant to be solved. If you found this story compelling, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Because sometimes, the darkest truths hide in plain sight.